Hi kids, hi to all of you. Good evening and very welcome in this amazing YouTube session of ODA. I'm your master teacher Rahul once again and I welcome all of you. I hope all of you guys are doing so amazing, right? So Roman numeral, we are back to the topic, right? So yeah, so we have three rules in the Roman numeral. Rule number one, two, three, we have already done that. I hope you have seen all the previous videos. If not, find the link of those videos in the description box. You will find that. Okay, this is really important because we have only three rules using which we can learn about the Roman numerals. And all the three rules we have done already, right? So in today's session, I am just going to continue the rule number three because one exception was there. Remember, today I am going to talk about that part, right? So I welcome all of you guys. I hope all of you have joined, right? Okay. So talking about the session, I hope you guys have downloaded the ODA app right now, right? So download the ODA app and unlock all the features that we have. You remember I told you guys about the bridge course program? How many of you guys have enrolled already? Let me know in the chat box. Okay, so what is a bridge course? Bridge course classes are the trial courses using which you will be getting a 6 days program in which we will be teaching you maths and science, some amazing concepts on math and science. 3 days for math, 3 days for science. You will be learning from our, all the master teachers. They will be teaching you some amazing concepts which you have never learned anywhere else. We are going to provide you personal mentor teacher who will be helping you throughout the journey. We will be giving you homework on app. There will be tests so that we can track your performance. And last but not the least, we are going to give you supportive documents also, right? So if you want to enroll in the bridge course program, this is the link for that. Find this link in the description box and enroll in the bridge course right now. The classes starts from Monday, right? Talking about myself, you know already, right? My name is Rahul Chaudhary Bhardwaj. I have more than 4 years of teaching experience and I have taught more than 25,000 students as of now. And today, once again, we are going to talk about Roman numerals. And this is going to be the last video on this topic, last session on this topic. Okay, so let's have a quick recap. All the important things that we need to know before we really start the session. Because I can see some of you guys are new here for the very first time. They might be lacking all the basics, right? Let me start from the very basic things because these are really important. Okay, so talking about the Roman numerals, these are the seven symbols. You can see these are the seven symbols which we are going to use to write and represent each and every number with the help of Roman numerals. Have a look on them. I, V, X, L, C, D, M. And what are their corresponding values? Have a look on that and write it down quickly in your notebook because in this entire session we are going to use only these seven symbols, nothing else, only these seven symbols, right? Now some of you guys must be thinking, Rahul sir, how can I remember? We have seven symbols, their values, how can I remember? And I have given the way for that also. You simply have to remember this sentence, very easy sentence. Read this out. My dear cat loves extra vanilla ice cream. Okay? My dear cat loves extra vanilla ice cream. So using the first letter of this sentence, each word, you will be getting their values. M is for 1000, D 500, C is for 100, L for 50, X 10, V is 5, and I is 1. Okay? Using this sentence, you can easily remember their values, and now it will become so easy for you. In the last video, we have learned about Rule 3. Let me give you a quick recap. If anyone was not present in the previous session, let's have a quick recap. So when a digit of lower value is written before a digit of higher value, we subtract the two values. Let me explain you what I meant when I say this. Right? So let's say I have this Roman numeral IX. Let's say I have this Roman numeral IX. Now, can you see we have two letters over here? We have two symbols, I and X. If I talk about their values, what is the value of I? I is nothing but 1. And what is the value of x? The value of x is 10. So can you see that we have two different symbols and they have two different values. Now we need to see the lower number is on which side. Rule number 3 says that if a digit of lower value is written before a digit of higher value, and that is exactly what is happening over here. A digit whose value is lower is written before the digit whose value is bigger. In this scenario, we will be applying the rule number 3. Right? Let's apply the rule number 3. We will simply subtract the value. 10 minus 1 will be 9, and that is why this ix is written for 9. This we have learned in the previous session. I hope you guys have got a quick recap. Let's take few examples. Let's take few more examples so that you guys can understand this in a better way. Right? Okay. So let me take these two examples today. Third one, fourth one, first, second I have done in the last session. Okay. So if I have XLV, if I have XLV, right? The value of X is 10, the value of L is 50, and value of V is 5. Okay, we have to start from the left hand side. Let's go. So 10 and 50. 10, the smaller value is on the left, bigger value is on the right. We will be using the rule number 3. Whenever the smaller value is on the left, the bigger value is on the right, we will be using the rule number 3, which simply says us to do the subtraction, subtract the two values. So it will come out to be 40. It will come out to be 40. Now here we have 40 and this next digit is 5. So bigger value on the left, smaller value on the right. Can you tell me which rule we are going to use? Rule number 1, rule number 2, rule number 3. Which rule we are going to use? Answer me in the chat box. Bigger value on the left, smaller on the right. It will be rule 2. And rule 2 says we need to add the two values. So 40 plus 5, 45 will be the answer. Understood? Give me thumbs up in the chat box if you have understood this concept. Very easy. Obviously, you need to do a lot of practice, only then you can become expert in that. But as of now, try to understand as much as you can. Let's try one more question. CLIX. Okay, now we have 4 digits. CLIX. No problem. We'll go one by one. CLIX. Right? So I have to start from the left hand side only. The value of C is 100. Value of L is 50. Then I have I, and then I is 1, and then we have X, which is 10. Okay, let's start from left hand side. So 150, 150, right? Bigger on the left, smaller on the right. Addition, rule number 2. So it will become 150. Talking about this I and X, 1 and 10, you already know, right? You can simply do one thing. You can simply remember this value. Ix is for 9 only. It will be easier for you to understand how it works. So Ix is for 9 only. I will straight away write 9. Now 150 plus 9. Now we have 150 plus 9. It will be 159. This is the value, 159. Understood? Easy? No brainer, right? Very easy. Yes, these are easy. So these things we have done already. Something new which I am going to teach you today is, now few kids what they do, they subtract each and everything. For example, if I say what is IC, I is 1, C is 100, rule number 3, they will say answer is 99. But no, that is not how we represent 99. This actually we cannot do. We cannot subtract number 1 from 100. Why? Why? Because for the digit 99, we already have a different symbol, right? We already have a different symbol. Why we need to have multiple symbols for the same number? If I want to write 2 in mathematics, it looks like this only. There is no other symbol to represent, right? In Hindu Arabic, this is the only way how we can represent number 2. Then why shall we have multiple? Then why shall we have multiple symbols for Roman numerals? It doesn't make any sense, right? Right. Okay. So we are going to follow some rules, and all of you guys have to follow these rules. Let's discuss all the rules one by one. V, L, and D are never subtracted. Okay, V, L, and D are never subtracted. Can you guys remember? Can you guys recall in the session number 1? I have told you V, L, and D can never be repeated, right? All the symbols which contain the value 5, they can't be repeated. In the very first session, I have told you. And today, I am telling you one more thing, that we cannot do the subtraction. Why, Rahul sir? Why we can't do? We can subtract I, we can subtract X, okay, C, M. Then why we can't subtract V, L, and D? Let me answer you that question. Let's suppose we can do the subtraction. Let's suppose we can do the subtraction. Okay, so here I have Vx. Here I have Vx. What according to you would be the value? V is for 5. Am I right? V is for 5. X is for 10. The smaller value on the left, bigger value on the right. Rule number 3, we do the subtraction. 10 minus 5 is 5. Right? So Vx is equal to 5. But wait a sec. Don't we already have a symbol for V? Don't you think so? We already have a symbol for V. Why shall I be in need of two different symbols? We already have a symbol V for 5. We do not need one extra symbol. Okay, and this problem will come in all the cases. Even if you will try to subtract L and D from any of the symbol, the same problem will come. We will be having multiple representations of a single number, which will ultimately confuse us, right? To avoid that confusion, the Roman people, they simply made this rule that V, L, and D, they are never going to get subtracted. We are not going to repeat them. We are not going to subtract. Addition we can do, but not the subtraction, not the repetition. Clear? Okay. Let's come to the second, third, and fourth rule. I can be subtracted from V and X only. X can be subtracted from L and C only. C can be subtracted from D and M only. Okay. Too much information to remember? Don't worry, I'm here for the rescue. I will be telling you how you can remember. Each and everything which I have told you in this session, I have also given you a way to remember that. Be it all the symbols, their values, right? So, in the rule number 1, I have told you how to remember which symbols can be repeated, which cannot. I have told you. In this session also, I have told you which symbols cannot be subtracted. What is the way to remember? Now, this is the one last thing, and let me tell you a way to remember all these things, right? How I will get to know. So, first of all, I am going to write all the symbols, right? I for 1, then I have V for 5, X for 10, okay? Then I have L for 50, C for 100, D for 500, M for 1000. Now pay very close attention, because what I'm going to teach you now, it can really help you. V, it cannot be subtracted. I hope you remember. We just learned L cannot be subtracted, D cannot be subtracted. Okay. The remainings are I, X, C, and M. I, X, C, and M. Right. I can only be subtracted from next to. I can only be subtracted from V and X. Okay. X can only be subtracted from next to L and C. Right? And C can only be subtracted from D and M. Don't you think this is very easy way to remember? From which symbol we can subtract which symbol? I have cut out V, L, and D already because we cannot do the subtraction. Reason I have told you just 2 minutes before. Talking about I, it can only be subtracted from next two symbols. X can only be subtracted from next two symbols. C can only be subtracted from next two symbols. I believe this is a pretty cool way to remember, right? Let's do some practice now. Let's do some practice. Okay. X, 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 I, V. What number does the Roman numeral X, 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 I, V represents? Let's try to break down the number. So what is this XXX? It will be 30. Okay. This IV, it will be 4. Perfect. Okay. Bigger on the left, smaller on the right. Addition. 30 plus 4, 34. 30 plus 4, 34. Let's have one more question. XCI. What number does the Roman numeral XCI represent? XCI. X is 410, C 100, and I 1. Right? Let's start from here only. So we have smaller value on the left, bigger on the right. Can you guys tell me what I have to do? I just kind of forgotten that. Can you help me? Smaller on the left, bigger on the right. We will do the subtraction. It will be 90. And this number 1. Now we have bigger on the left, smaller on the right. It will be addition 91. It will be addition 91. Okay. And what we have learned today, that we are going to use in the next question. That we are going to use the next question now. So what is IC? That is the question. What is IC? Think about this. What is IC? I know what half of you guys are going to do. I can see in the chat box also. So half of you guys are going to do this thing. I is 1, C is 100, smaller value on the left, bigger on the right. Do the subtraction. 99. 99 is the answer, but not. No. 99 is not the answer. Why? Remember, I have told you some conditions. If we are going to subtract I, I can only be subtracted from next two symbols V and X. We cannot subtract I from C. So that is the reason the right answer is not possible. This is not possible. IC is not even a Roman numeral. Are you guys able to understand? Okay, let's do few more quizzes. What is the Roman numeral for 19? What is the Roman numeral for 19? Okay, there are two ways of doing the things. So 19, I can break down 19 as 10 plus 9. I can break down 19 as 10 plus 9. Do I know how to represent 10? Yes, it's x only. And what about 9? How can I write 9? Tell me, how can I write 9? This is ix. 9 is ix. Ix. I is 1. X is 10. Rule number 3. 10 minus 1, 9. Ix is 9 only. Right. So this is XIX, option A. XIX. Make notes also. It will really help you. What is the Roman numeral for 45? So I was telling you there are two ways of doing the thing. The first way is addition. Second way is subtraction. No third way. First addition, second subtraction. 45 I can write as 40 plus 5. You would be thinking this is so easy, huh? 40 plus 5. 5 is V only and 40 is X, 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 X. Right? A is the answer. Is it? Is A the answer? Can you tell me why A is not the answer? Why we cannot write 45? For me, this is pretty much cool. 40, X, 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 5 is V. That's it. It's pretty cool, right? Pretty easy. But why this is not right answer? We are forgetting rule number 1, which says that we cannot repeat a symbol more than 3 times. And what we are doing here? We are repeating the symbol 4 times. Not allowed. This is not the right way. This is not the right approach. If addition approach is not working, we can try the subtraction approach. How can I write number 45? Can I write like this only? 50 minus 5. What do you say? Can I do like this? 50 minus 5. We are using subtraction. Rule number 3 we are going to use. 50 we have L and 50 we have L and 5 we have V. Right? Can we do like this? Can we do like this? No? No? Okay, this is also not right. Okay, let me tell you the final way how we can write it. Okay, so 45 we are going to write like 40 plus 5 only. It is better to write that 40 plus 5. But how I write 40, that is more important. How I write 40. So 40, I will be writing like this. It will be XL. You can apply the rule number 3 here. XL. X is for 10, L is for 50. Okay, do the subtraction 40. XL is 40. Right. So I have just changed the way how I used to write it. So it will be XL and V is 4, 5. XLV. XLV. This is the answer. This is the answer. Okay. So one last question we have. After this, we will have a summary. So now I want to represent the number 99. But before I do, I want you guys to give this a try. Okay. Take 20 seconds. I think that will be sufficient. Take 20 seconds. What is the Roman numeral for 99? You want my help? I can help you. Right? 99 I can write as 90 plus 9. Okay? The good part is you know how to write 9. But now you need to figure out a way how you can write 90. That you have to figure out. Give this a try. Give this a try. This is the last question for the session. In the next session, I will be bringing a new topic. Let's focus on this now. 90 plus 9. Right? So how we can write 90? I cannot write like this. L X X X X. No, I cannot write like that. Okay? I cannot write like this. No. So I can write 90 like this. XC. What about this? Can I do this? XC. Can I do? Whenever repetition is happening, I have to go the other way around. The subtraction way I have to choose. So if 90, 50 plus 40 is not working, I will be taking 100 minus 10. I will be taking 100 minus 10. And this 9 will be IX. XCIX, option C. Right? Let's have a quick summary of all the three rules that we have learned. Rule number 1 says that Roman numeral I, X, C, and M are repeated up to 3 times. Only 3 times, not more than that. Rule number 2 says when two or more letters are placed, okay. So if the bigger value is on the right, the smaller value is on the left, we do the addition. And the opposite of that, if the smaller value is on left, bigger value on right, we do the subtraction. Okay, that was all. I hope you have learned everything. Right? Talking about the ODA app, do download the ODA app and do give a try to this bridge course which is starting from Monday. Right? Give this program a try. Believe me, the concept which we are going to teach you, no one else is going to teach you that. Some amazing concepts, out of the box concept, which can really help you get good marks in your final paper and prepare you for Olympiads also. To enroll in the program, you can click on this icon. Okay, you can click on this link also. Link will be there in the description box. And if you will download the app, you can earn so many coins. With the coins, you will be able to redeem all these amazing gifts. Okay, free of cost. So that was all for this session, guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. Like and share our video, right? And subscribe to our channel so that in the next session, I can also teach you one more amazing concept. That will be all for this session. Take care of yourself.